Shenanigans. Shenanigans. Got some shenanigans going on.
It's the Hillbilly on the YouTube channel. Oh, hell yes.
What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the shop, Hillbilly Honda Shop. This is going to be a great year. This is going to be the first shop video that I'm filming, and you know, it's gotta be a certain machine that we're going to work on. This happens to be a 1985 Honda Big Red 250 ES. So, I mean, I figure it was about time that we get one of these on the channel. We've been hunting and hunting for one. We bought one a while ago, and nothing ever came of it. It was just a little bit too shot, so we just had to let her sit for parts. Anyway, we find ourselves in a situation where we need those parts, which is kind of cool. Now, I actually paid a decent chunk of change for this this Honda Big Red right here. And, you know, I mean, if you've been watching the videos, you know I've been kind of getting lucky with some of the buys and stuff that I've been doing. This one, I got took to the bank on. And it's really too bad, because for what I paid for it, I really wanted a fully running, ready to go machine. And it was. When we bought it, it went on a trailer with no problem. It sat there idled. I rode it for a minute. I drove it off the trailer, drove it up here to the barn, let it sit there while I was making room for it. And guess what? Didn't start again. Completely lost spark and just hasn't started since. So we're going to delve into it a little bit more. I've already torn into it a little bit because, you know, well, you want to try to figure out what's going on. How bad did I get ripped off? We'll find out. Also, we're using the new ultra wide lens on the GoPro here. We're going to see how this thing looks. I think it might be a little bit too much for the shop, but you know, this could be pretty cool as we do some time lapses and stuff. You get to see full movement and everything. I am going to take you guys with me on a journey of getting this Big Red back on the trail. We're going to see everything that it takes. I mean, like I said, it was a runner, and she's pretty good for having the original plastics and everything. It's got brand new IPTs on it, which are great tire for these machines. Even got one on the front too. But we're going to dig into it. It's we diagnosed it as being an electrical issue. Seen it had plenty of gas. It's getting fuel to the carburetor, which we're going to probably do a little fixing up on that anyway. I mean, carburetors are carburetors. But what's the next thing you check? You check the spark. And I saw it right away. I was like, well, shit, it's not getting any spark. So that led me to start going through what's wrong with the spark. Came up here to the controls and had a problem. There was a ground wire that had fallen off of the actual ignition kill switch. So now, in order to run these things, you don't actually have to have a grounded signal in order to start the machine. You actually need the opposite of it. It has to be an open signal. So it wasn't actually stopping it from starting, but it is stopping it from killing. So we got to fix that. We got part ordered for that. That's all set. That shouldn't stop us from having it. You got to see the key on, and you got to see the neutral light, right? That was all happening. Still no spark. So at this point, I'm getting a little frustrated. I just figured I'd give the guy a call that, you know, that I bought it from, and see what he says, if he had any spark issues with it. And he did. Lo and behold, he said he had an issue with the CDI box, which is this guy right here. He said every now and then it would lose spark, and I just have to bang it around and whatever to get spark back. Now, upon research, with the 85s, these being the round connector, well, these aren't manufactured anymore. So I run into the issue of trying to find a CDI for this. You know, they make all kinds of, like, you know, knockoff things and performance things, and you can get into some crazy price. This is, for instance, this is a CDI for the 200 ES, and it's a little bit smaller. Doesn't work for this system, though, which is kind of funny. And these are the ones that were put on everything after 85. And they've got the four wire plug and then a 2-wire plug. So it's almost exactly the same thing, but a different wiring. So that left us in a scenario of like, oh, great, we got a plug that doesn't fit in anything, and I'm going to have to pay a lot of money to get one of those, and who knows if it's even going to work. So I found online another guy had tried one of these Chinese CDIs, And according to him, he had a great experience with it. Now, for me, I hooked this thing up. It's one of these guys. I hooked this thing up going by the schematics, and yeah, my spark came back. It was good. But it wasn't enough spark to start the motor, and it was intermissive. Like the spark would come back and work for a second, then it'd disappear again. I'd be like, what? Is there a wire loose? So I went through and I made sure there's no wire looses. Still, the same issue plagued me. So today what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and wire up and switch over from this to this. And this is a CDI box I have off the old machine that we bought. I don't know if it works or not. We're going to know real quick when I wire it up right and we don't get any spark. That'll tell us that either this box is dead or there's something bigger of an issue going on. At this point, everything else is checked out to the best of my knowledge. So, it was running before. It's hard to believe that, like, anything in here, the pulse generator would go wrong. You know, the rectifiers hardly ever go wrong. The battery was a little bit low, but that wouldn't have stopped it from kickstarting. So, here we go. We're going to go ahead and put you in a time lapse, and we're going to go ahead and do this guy right here. So, I got a little bit of tracing and wiring, and I got the schematics for it. We're going to get it all figured out, and then we're going to test it together. And it could be a good day or a bad day. We're going to find out. Okay, now that we've wired everything up to the schematic, this is the 1986 CDI. So the 4 and 2 is what they call it. Everything's wired up nice and neat. Nothing is touching. First thing I want to do is turn battery on here. All right, we got that. Let's put her in gear. All right, that goes off. Now that's a good sign right there. Comes back. All right. So that works. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to try to see if we got some spark here. Let's go ahead and do that. This is going to be darn near impossible to show you spark while I'm attempting to start it myself. So I'm going to go ahead and get a tripod set up. We'll be right back. Okay, we got a tripod set up. Time for a moment of truth here. We're going to see if we got spark on our spark plug. You know, I've been working on this thing for a little bit, and I tell you, my frustration level is getting a little out of hand right now. So we got a brand new spark plug in. Just turns over. Oh, we got all kinds of spark. I don't know if you saw that, but that is a really good thing right there. I'm going to go ahead and zoom in on it so you can see the spark. Did you see it? That was all kinds of spark. That's really good. Let's see if she starts. What do you guys think? Like I said, I've been working on this for a couple days now, trying to figure out the right CDI to put on it, everything like that. I can't believe this CDI works. It's been sitting there a long time. I'm going to go ahead and give it a shot and see if she starts. Just off fuel and choke. Let's see what we got. Make sure ain't nothing going to rattle off. All right, we're good, we're good. Come on, baby. If she starts, then we're soldering it all up. Yeah, she started. Look at it. Got her. All right. Okay, we're in business. So yeah, now she's running. Everything looks good. I'm going to double check for spark again before I start buttoning everything up. Yeah, the switch is messed up definitely because I wasn't able to shut it off with the switch. So fortunately, I have a brand new one. So we're going to go ahead and swap that out. And then I'm going to get to doing some soldering here. And I'm going to just solder it in hard because we're never going away from these plugs. I already ordered a couple more of these CDIs. So that way, if we run into the issue again, we can just swap out the CDI, be done with it. If it gets wet, you know, because this thing's going into mud. Now it's time to see if the switch works. Everything looks good. Choke it a little bit, get some gas going. Fire now. You guys heard it. It ran. Something to do with this ground wire here, huh? All right, so far it's been a success. We've got a couple more things to do to button this thing up for now. One of the things is we're gonna have to go through and solder and secure all these lines properly. I'm just gonna do the solder job for now. I can do it pretty good. I have some really good heat shrink stuff, but I think just soldering them together is gonna do the job. Tape them up really good. They'll be good to go for a little while. Well, all right, man. Everything is back together. That was a successful one. I'm very happy with that. We're going to take it on a couple rides, make sure she holds together, and make sure she's worth it before we do anything else to it. Obviously, there's a lot of painting that needs to be done. If you look at this, or do some powder coating here, do some cleanup on it, but it's got to prove itself first. So what's up, fellas?
What's up?
You guys ready to see some trucks? Hopefully this is as cool as they say it's going to be.
Oh, it's a blast.
Yeah, we got Ruby out here lit up, waiting for some trucks to go by with some lights on them. The Big Red did make it. Yep, the Big Red did make it, but she, well, we'll get into that later. Get a new fender there?
Come off Yamaha.
Right.
He said it was Honda.
Looks like a Yamaha one with the
fins in the back.
fins in the back. Yeah, might be a 250R. Oh.
Here they come.
Well, let's check this out. Well, here come the trucks. Hopefully my hand doesn't freeze too bad holding this phone. No headlights. Look at this guy. dig into her a little bit more. We took her out with us last night, rode her around for a little bit. She started and all that stuff with no problem, but it likes to bog out about mid-range of the throttle. So we're going to have to dig into a couple things and see if we can figure out what's causing that issue. There's plenty more to come on the Big Red. So I'll keep you updated. Anyway, I just wanted to say thanks for watching, everybody. And if you're into these kind of things, go ahead and subscribe, comment if you got something you want to ask, and give it a thumbs up, man, because that really helps us out. Till then, we'll catch you next time. Yo, Billy, oh, hell yeah! Oh, hell yeah!
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh, hell yeah!
Oh, yeah!